beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone, Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla. This is my co-host, Heather. And we are the Crones.
We are definitely. Well, I am anyway. I'm old enough.
I thought you were Crone at 50.
Well, then I'm been pro for a while.
We've been Crones for a while. And tonight we're going to talk about holding space. But before we get to that, we have a ton of new subscribers, and I want to welcome all the new subscribers and let you know that we love the chat. We love to get involved with the chat. So if you're a new subscriber and afraid to get involved with the chat, don't be, because the people in our chat are fantastic, super loving,
and we do recognize you online. So
supportive. Yeah, absolutely. For those of you that don't know, Heather and I are just a couple of crones sharing our journey, our spiritual journey. And we were guided to start this channel 3 years ago by my guides, and I fought it for about 18 months. So I guess it was about 4 years.
Stuck in there, dragging her along.
But they really wanted us to start this channel to share our experiences, to let other people know you're not alone, and to spread the love and light. Because if anything that Heather and I do, we feel the need to spread unconditional love and unity consciousness. It's part of our soul journey, is to spread those things to help raise the vibration of the collective. So that's basically why we started this, and it's been fantastic. As much as I did not want to start it, it's been one of the great joys of my life, and getting to meet the people in the chat room. And
absolutely. And thank you, White Dragon.
Hey, White Dragon. She says, yeah, we're great. Okay, I'll agree with that. Anyway, thank you for being here. You know, we're here to share with your journey, and just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It's not for you. But if you stay, we hope you'll stay and grow in love and light with us, because we're growing just like the people in our community, and they're fabulous. Okay, I'm going to take this down for a moment, and then you can read the cards for the day. How do I make it just you? Oh my God, that's horrible.
That's you. It's not hard. Now that's horrible. Anyway, when I drew the cards, the first card was writing. And we're all trying to document as things go along. And you know what? I found out, especially when I was talking about the past, I started going through some of the things that I've gone through, suddenly realized, and I start writing them down. I'm going, oh, and this and this and this. There's a lot of stuff I didn't remember. But sometimes when we're writing, the thing that gets in our way is our confidence. We lack the confidence sometimes. Sometimes we think, who am I to do this? What does it matter to anybody? And so our confidence kind of gets a little bit shaky. And even if our confidence gets a little shaky, our spirits are holding the faith all the time. And our humans are still working with commitment. Even though we may get a little shaky, we still believe, and we're still working with that commitment. But if we really start getting shaky, then what we need to do is call on our violet flame to help us out. And then everything will get back to normal. All our prayers and our spirituality, everything, and our manifesting, all the things that we do will start getting back to normal and override that lack of self-confidence. So don't let it get to you. Just do what you got to do and get right back in there.
Okay, I'm back.
There you are.
I think it's fun to have you do the cards big, even though nobody can see them. You need to find a deck that works with the green screen. I swear to God.
What I really need to do is find out how to use this other camera so that I can shine it down on the purple, so everything shines up. Then I don't care about the back.
Good luck with that, because I haven't figured out how to
I
do.
haven't figured it out yet either, but I haven't really had the will to find the time to do it.
Right, right. Let's say hello to some people. We see our white dragons there. Hello, my love. He says,
That was
yep, just a
sweet.
couple of crones. Yeah, you're right. You all are great. Oh, you're so sweet. And Lauren Hunziker. Hi, Lauren, fellow dragon. Good evening, Heather Priscilla and Crone Zone Tribe. Thank you for starting this channel, ladies.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
being here.
coming to watch it. I mean, I was really like, why would anybody listen to anything?
We're just thrilled you're here.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Diane G. Did I say Amanda Carroll? I think I got everybody. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk about holding space. And I
Did you
sure
draw
wish
a
Terry
card?
from Holding Space was here, because she's very knowledgeable about holding space. But what did you ask me, Heather?
I asked you if you drew a card. You said you were going to.
I did. I did draw a card, but I don't know what it is. It's the fairy tale first.
Oh, that's cute.
For the love of dragons, this is I just love this bloody deck. So let me see what it says about the fairy tale first. Einstein once said, if you want children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Now is the time to let yourself sink into the wonder and imagination of a good tale. Also, it's time to remember that your life is a fairy tale. As a myth maker, it's your job to remember that impossible things happen every day and that once upon a time is really here and now. There's power in your true life fairy tale. Live your tale today so magically that even the dragons have a hard time believing it's true. That's lovely. Hey,
Yeah.
warrior widow, welcome. Just woke up from a nightmare. I'm so sorry. That was scary. I couldn't wake up. Kim Copeland was in my dream. She just did a reading for me. Yeah, take a couple of deep breaths. That's scary.
Yes.
I haven't had nightmares in years, thank God, but I used to have them fairly regularly. Well, I
You
think
know,
that fairy tale first is great. I remember my parents we had fairy tale books. There were 5 of us. And I love the fairy tales, but some of them, the older books, the really old Grimms and stuff,
they're
they're
kind
scary.
of scary.
They they are bloody nightmares. I
Mhm.
I
And I
wouldn't read
know,
I wouldn't read them to Jennifer, those to Jennifer, she got the other ones, the
yeah, and
white ones.
I was gonna say, I know when we were talking about you hadn't had a nightmare in years. I hadn't either till I went to visit my son and his family and forgot to put my protections up. Oh man, I was
Oh,
fighting
wow.
so hard. I was actually literally fighting in the covers and
Wow.
fighting the covers. It was awful.
No, I understand. I had the last one I had moved from, Colorado to Texas, and Jennifer was getting ready to start high school. And I was staying in my childhood bedroom that I shared with my little sister, but I was sharing it with Jennifer. It was 2 twin beds and a little closet. Can't remember what else was in there, not much. And I woke up one night and I was at the top of the bed and I had pulled the painting off the wall. I was trying to climb out of a culvert. I was dreaming that I was caught in a culvert and I was trying to climb out, and I woke up and here I am. I've pulled the bloody picture off the wall, literally trying to climb out of bed. I've never done that since or before that. Never had nightmares like that. Isn't that strange?
Very an adult. Very.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty weird.
I agree with Amanda. She's reinforcing what you said.
Yeah, I got rid of some of those old fairy tale books. Couldn't imagine passing them on to a loved one. Isn't that the truth?
And some of the illustrations they made for those. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Scary.
We had those books that had beautiful illustrations in them. They were very old, They were probably my mom's when she was young. But I remember in Cinderella in particular, one of the sisters cut off her part of her foot so she could fit in the shoe, according
Oh,
that
yeah,
particular one.
I
I
know.
was like, yikes. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, Suzanne. How are
Enough
you?
of that. Enough of that.
Let's clear that kind of energy out of here. Let's talk about holding space for each other.
No.
Wait a minute. One more. There were these scary twins in my dream. I was driving. I kept teleporting to the back seat and could brake or steer them. Then my daughter kept disappearing from the car, and I have to turn her. Oh my God. That sounds like one that goes on and on.
And it circles around all the time.
Yeah, no
Oh, good. We
kidding.
scared you that time. Let's take you back to it.
This is fun. Sorry. We'll get to holding space in a minute. When I was young, the movie Blob used to freak me out.
I wouldn't watch that. My brother's.
Really?
I'm going, no, I'm not going to that.
That was really old 50s movie. That one
I
didn't
know. And they
scare
were
me.
talking about how great it was, and everything they said about it just made me so glad I didn't go, but I didn't want to hear it either. It's so
The one
scary.
that freaked me out was a spaceship that landed in the backyard and took over the entire family, but the one little boy. And when they went into the spaceship under the earth, all the halls looked like they were balloons, solid with balloons. They were bubbly. It looked like
Bubble wrap.
balloons. But that movie scared the crap out of me. I was sure my family had been taken over by them. Oh, Lord. Hi, Cindy. How are you? The swamp thing was scary. I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There are
yeah, I
some
remember
things
that.
I was too empathetic, and they were just. It's
I
like I
cried
went to
so
go
hard
see.
at Bambi after the first time, I never saw it again. Old Yeller,
Oh
oh
yeah,
my God, that was the saddest movie I
I
ever
couldn't
saw.
watch the
I
end of it,
couldn't
and I
watch it.
didn't want to. I
I
was so
didn't even show Jennifer Bambi when she was little because it was so
dramatic for
sad.
you.
Yeah, Jaws freaked me out, but I've always been scared of the ocean, and that didn't help.
I never watched it.
Yeah, no animal dying movies. That's what it is, Warrior Widow. No dog dying movies ever. No any animals dying anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course you did,
Good.
White Dragon. You thought it was you. Why did the whale
I cried
swallow
more
him?
when he and Geppetto got together than I did when he swallowed. Different reason.
Everything was sexist. It's only now starting to not be sexist.
Mhm.
I've been listening to music that my granddaughter plays, and Crone and the Pink Pony Club. Oh my God, I love to dance to that song. Um, she's a gay girl, and the Pink Pony Club is somewhere where everybody can go be themselves. Everybody can be a queen. I just think that's fantastic. And Billie Eilish is openly gay and writes music about loving and having sex with other women. And I'm like, you know what? It's about bloody time because men have been doing it forever. And there's so many songs I can't listen to anymore because they're so damn misogynistic.
Oh,
Songs that came out of the 70s and 80s. Holy
well, even before that,
guacamole.
even before then, you know,
Oh,
and
yeah. Ever since rock and roll started, for
yeah,
sure.
I mean, there are movies like Holiday Inn, which was a wonderful movie, and the first time that Bing Crosby introduced White Christmas. You can't find anywhere. One, it's black and white. Two, it's very racial. So what
Right.
you watch is
White Christmas
White
instead.
Christmas instead.
Back then, it was not sexist. It was sexist back then. We just didn't call it out.
Right.
That's all.
It was, but it was also stereotyping everybody,
And it was accepted. It was
and it was accepted.
effed up. It was effed up. So let's go hold space for all those people that suffered.
Yes, let's see what that's about. Get back on track here.
Oh, I love it. Thanks for your comments out there, you guys.
Yeah, this was
We
fun,
love
guys.
you. Okay, let's see. Holding space. What it is, it means being fully present and supportive without judgment, creating a safe environment for someone to express their thoughts and feelings, allowing them to feel heard and understood. Basically, keeping your mouth shut and let them talk about everything that's bothering them without judging them.
Yeah.
Right? When we hold space for others, we open our hearts, offer unconditional support, and let go of judgment and control. It's hard for us that are empathetic not to want to help fix it. You know what I mean? We have to be prepared to step to the side so they can make their own choices and feel safe. Holding space means to make it about someone else, plain and simple. But
Mm-hmm.
most people can't do this because we've never learned the skill. Yes, it is a skill, and it wasn't taught to us.
No, it was not taught to us. When you hold space,
Wait a minute, can you read
oh,
this first?
goodness gracious.
Sorry.
uh,
I can make it bigger if you want me to read it.
no, it's beginning to clear up now. There for a while, it was just all one color. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Holding space is the conscious act of being present, open, and protective of what another needs at that moment. It goes beyond simply being there physically for someone. It's the practice of empathy and compassion in accepting someone's truth. When you hold space for someone, you're allowing them to rely on your non judgment and willingness to comfort. It is both a physical and emotional concept. And I can tell you for a fact that this is very hard to do. That I found that that's what I was doing. About a month and a half after my first husband died, I was going to a friend's house to comfort her because her husband died.
Wow.
And holding space in that kind of a situation is difficult, but I'm the only one she would talk to because you've been there. Yeah. Recently. You know, but so that can be a very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
When you hold space, you create an environment of emotional, physical, and mental presence for yourself or someone else. And you may not be aware you're doing it to start with. You put the rest of the world on pause in order to be exactly where you are for an explicit purpose. When I would go up there, I knew what I was going to. Forget everything else. To support, and I didn't know I was holding space for her. I was just knowing that that's what I needed to do. So to support,
because that's the way we're built.
Mm-hmm. So support someone else in their grief, to witness your own grief with self-compassion, and sometimes both at the same time.
Yeah.
And to process difficult emotions like anger or guilt or any of those other things that come along. So, what isn't it? It is not just listening or trying to fix or provide alternative points of view. You're there to listen, but you're there to be consciously listening. You don't want to try and fix or solve or provide alternative points of view. A lot of times you find yourself agreeing to things that maybe you're understanding their point of view. It might not be yours, but you're understanding their point of view. And it's not a one-way conversation. They want that endorsement. So, and actually what I just said is the slide. So,
yeah, it is. Okay, here we go. What does it mean to hold space for another person? It means that we're willing to walk alongside another person in whatever journey they're on without judging them, making them feel inadequate, trying to fix them, or trying to impact the outcome. We hold space for other people. We open our hearts, offer unconditional support, and let go of judgment and control.
mm-hmm.
That's really cute. Hi, Leah. How are you doing? Hi, Carolina. Yeah, Leah, Charlotte's Web got me too. That was another one I don't want to ever see again. I think the worst wasn't an animal movie, was Color Purple. I cried through the entire movie. I thought it was a beautiful movie, and I thought it was one of the best movies I'd ever seen, but I could never watch it again because it wrenched my heart out. It was crazy. Okay, let's see what we got.
It's
You
you.
are the person holding, I'm sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
If you're the person holding space, you need to be tuned into your own judgments, emotions, desired outcomes, and opinions, all the while understanding what's happening for the other person. These are the main concepts to holding space. Let's see, slide 6. Be fully present without distractions. This means setting aside other tasks and distracting devices, phones, iPads, during the interaction and providing verbal and nonverbal cues to indicate listening. Being fully present does not have to mean staring at the other person. Two people can connect just as effectively on a walk, sitting on a bench facing the same direction, or doing a task like knitting or throwing a ball back and forth. For some, these joint or parallel tasks reduce the pressure of being vulnerable.
Yeah, sometimes they just need something that takes nothing to think about while they're doing it because it does help them settle.
Yeah, well, it would me too if I was sitting talking to somebody and I don't know how to knit, but yeah, I can see how that would.
Hmm. So you want to create a safe, accepting environment. Creating a safe, accepting environment means offering room for the person to speak freely without fear of judgment. Nobody wants to offer up their frustrations with motherhood or sexual struggles or family drama, or anything going on like that. Nobody wants to do that if they feel they might receive judgmental feedback, minimizing their commentary or dismissing in their responses. And then we want to listen effectively. And believe it or not, some people really don't know how to listen, but we really want to be listening. In addition to the safe environment and full present, holding space involves listening attentively. The listener is present for the speaker's experience and doesn't make the conversation about them. In other words, if somebody is talking about how they feel, you don't want to jump in and say, "Well, I felt the same thing." You just want to listen to them. Do not shut down difficult conversations. And it doesn't shy away from strong feelings.
Next is empathizing. Holding space includes empathy. This means not just hearing what the other person says, but also understanding their perspective and feelings. It means noticing their tone, body language, and emotions. With empathy, you can imagine how the other person may be feeling the way they feel and can express that understanding. Self awareness is crucial. Your emotions, thoughts, and opinions are going to get in the way. To really hold space, you'll need to master the art of noticing your own internal processes while observing theirs. Awareness is so crucial because as human beings, we're easily influenced by others' emotional states. The goal is not to be empty or devoid of emotions. The goal is simply to be aware so you don't react from those emotions.
And then you want to listen to your own defenses. As much as you will feel the need to fix, solve, defend your point of view, be right, or of service, the best thing you can do is to realize that the whole conversation and point of holding space is to make the conversation about their experience, not about yours. Give them permission to share,
Oops, sorry.
permission to trust their instincts and their intuition, and trust their internal wisdom. Create a space for them to make decisions or take actions that might be different than yours.
Yeah.
If you find yourself struggling to listen without fixing it or becoming defensive, try listening for their experience. There's no script for holding space for someone. You need to practice active listening, repeat back what the individual said to be sure you're understood or you're understanding before you respond. And in my case, a lot of times that I repeated back was just so that I knew I was hearing it because I have poor hearing.
Yeah. But
Even,
it's a good thing to do because it stops misunderstanding as well.
yeah. And it's before I learned I needed hearing aids. So pay full attention with empathy and without judgment. Don't give advice or try to fix the problem. Listen to understand, not to respond. Recognize the challenging emotions arising in yourself and then let them be. Name and validate the feelings that are being shared.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, we got another one. Okay. So not only can you hold space for the others, but you can hold space for yourself. And if as we're going through this, you'll realize that you actually do hold space for yourself as well. And what I love about it is everybody needs to hold space for themselves. Everybody needs to do this for themselves. And I don't think you should feel guilty for doing it, taking time for yourself. This is self-care. So, holding space for yourself is setting boundaries so that you can protect your peace. Setting aside time to tune into your needs and become more self aware. It means that you're giving yourself space to be yourself fully without judgment, to listen to your mind and body and support yourself in the best way you can. It's like taking time for scheduling time in your regular routine to journal how you're feeling, setting reminders on your phone to periodically check in with your physical and emotional state, whatever it may be, from a place of non judgmental but loving awareness.
mhm.
We have to do it with love. Practice mindful meditation or breathing exercises. Engage in any form of self kindness, realizing you're human and that the emotions and feelings that come with that are something to embrace, not reject or feel guilty about.
And we're always telling you take care of yourself. Don't
Mhm.
just send all that love and all that doing to other people. You need to do for yourself. So this is what they're saying.
Exactly.
So holding space for yourself might be harder than holding space for others. A lot of us are givers and forget about ourselves. Think
Yeah, for
about it.
sure.
Which one do you find easier? Compassionately listening to a friend and being there for her? Or compassionately listening to yourself and being there for yourself?
Oh, it's much easier to do it for someone else.
Absolutely. And as women, and sometimes, and men
And
are,
empaths.
yeah, and men are getting there. As women, many of us have a natural tendency to nurture others. After all, science tells us we're wired that way. But like I said, men are coming up with it too. We almost automatically nurture, protect, and seek out others, not so much for ourselves. Still, it
True.
is a beautiful thing to hold all of your imperfect, amazing self, your full range of light and shadow, and then move towards self acceptance as you move away from self judgment.
It's a fascinating thing to do, I'm telling you.
And sometimes very hard.
And sometimes very hard. Yeah. There's nothing in this life that's easy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Here's some tips for holding space for yourself. Operate from a place of self compassion. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Remember, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Today, this moment is the only important thing in our lives. Yeah, you can't do a damn thing about yesterday. So
Mhm.
let it go. If you're judging yourself for thoughts that come up, if you're chastising yourself for being too sensitive, if you're keeping your space to a half-hour time block between lunch and your next meeting, you're not holding space. Truly holding space means leaving judgment and expectations by the wayside and just being where you are with what you are experiencing. It's not easy. Practice mindfulness. Holding space is an old hat for many of us. It requires patience and practice. Mindfulness is a great way to start when you're seeking to hold more space for yourself or anyone else for that matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was going to say all those things we said you need to do when you're helping and you're holding space for somebody else. They're what you need to do when you're holding space for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So practice meditation. Move slowly through your day. Ground yourself in specific moments in your life and taking care to notice how you feel, what the world around you looks like, the sensations flowing through you. Validate all of it with every conscious thought or emotion or conscious sensation that you experience. Validate it. Remind yourself that it is justified, that you are only human, that you are worthy of this space. The pure value of holding space for yourself is acceptance, honesty beyond ego, and deep inner connection.
I thought that was beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay. Holding space for an individual or a group is essentially a form of empathy. It's about standing in someone else's world in the fullest way possible. It's a wonderful gift, not just for the receiver, but for the giver as well. When you're holding space for another person, you've stepped into a nurturing role and you're tuned in. When you're in the flow of it, there's actually a lot to tune into: words, tones, emotions, senses, thoughts, stories, body language, not to mention awareness of both the other person and yourself. It's also important to remember that holding space wears on you, the space holder too. So be sure to tend to your own needs and ramp up the self care after holding space for someone else. And I think we have one last.
And I was going to say, when she was talking about it involves words, tones, emotions, senses, thoughts, stories, and body language, that's one of the reasons we have such a hard time holding space through texts.
Yeah.
It leaves so many of those things out.
Text, emails. I remember thinking an ad about emails. You don't get the tone of anything. Texts are even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So, what does it mean to hold space for another person? It means that we're willing to walk alongside another person in whatever journey they're on without judging them, making them feel inadequate, trying to fix them, or trying to impact the outcome. When we hold space for other people, we open our hearts, offer unconditional support, and let go of judgment and control.
It's all about unconditional love, guys.
I remember doing that when my father was dying. If you're ready to go, go. It's okay. And we'll take care of mom. Everything will be all right.
And I had the same experience. My mom was not going to let go until I told her, it's okay. We're all going to be fine. You can go now.
Yeah.
And within 5 minutes, I felt her leave. Her body didn't die, but she was
Yeah.
gone.
She was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember if I saw my father's. I just knew it was gone when I saw him.
And
I
I had looked because one of her friends told me to tell her that she would be there to take her up so she wouldn't get lost. And her name was Helen. And I know when I went into the hospice room in the hospital, she was standing next to the bed. I could see her. She was just waiting for mom. And I actually saw them leave together.
How beautiful.
So
That is beautiful, Heather.
Yeah.
We got a couple of comments I would just wanted to show. Diane G says, that's the challenge for me, listening without absorbing the emotion of the person I'm holding space for. Yep.
You don't want to absorb it, but you want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
But I think that's when you also have to make sure that you have protections around you when you're holding space for somebody, that you put protection around you, that you aren't going to absorb their feelings, that their feelings you're going to feel are only yours. and that might help, Diane. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Lauren says, listen to understand, not to respond. It's a great skill to develop. Yeah, because most people just listen to answer. They don't even hear what the other person says. And I'm guilty of it. I've done it.
Or they're
I find it when I shake somebody's hand and they tell me their name and I tell them my name. As soon as I turn around, that name is out of my head.
And I had to learn, and it's actually a separate feeling for me. If I'm in problem solver mode, it's because they want me to solve the problem, and that's what I'm listening for. But when you are just holding space, that is not the mode you want to be in.
Yeah. What else we've got? Elias is talking about her mom. I told Mom, is she on the stairway to heaven with the Pope? She could share some wisdom as a mom of 8. That's brilliant.
That's great.
Anything else, you guys? Did I miss anything? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to read cards?
Sure we can. Yeah, Lauren.
Oh, I love that, Lauren.
Yeah.
Zip it. Whoops. Zip it up.
Uh-huh. Like you're putting everything back in your coat.
Yeah.
Cool.
My go-to is I asked Michael and Gabriel for communication. So to improve my communication skills, and Michael to protect me when I walk out my door. Actually, when I wake up in the morning. Okay. Every time.
Got them already. Yep. And I was going to say, I know Michael, but I know Metatron better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Metatron, I'm kind of intimidated by.
Well, let's say he's a straight.
Didn't I channel him? Didn't I channel him back? Didn't I channel him back long ago? I think I did.
Don't know if you did. If you did, it was on one of the practice things. I don't remember it, but you can.
No, I'm talking long ago.
Oh, I don't know. I know some about him. I know he's
2022.
He just comes in, does his job, and
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, you can be our first cards. Let me star her. Who wants a message from them guys? Okay, I got Diane G. Leah says that Metatron is the Pisces angel. Well, no wonder.
Well, what do you expect on Pisces?
Exactly. Who else wants cards so I can start shuffling? Oh, Saturday is Jenny's going to be here. Our friend Jenny B. She's going to be here on Saturday. And Tuesday, what's our show on Tuesday? I don't know.
I haven't figured that out yet. Oh, wait, I'm looking. I think I've got something written down here. I can't find it in my writing.
Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. We'll be back on Tuesday with something.
Absolutely.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know at some point.
We'll find something that's good.
I only have 2
with this one. I just thought, we keep talking about holding space, but I don't know about you guys, but I really didn't understand what it was. So
probably did. I thought it cleared it up. I thought it was very succinctly.
Yeah.
So I'm sure plenty of people didn't know the definition of it. I mean, come on.
I figured if I didn't know, somebody else didn't.
I'm sure that's true, honey. Okay, cards for Amanda too. Okay, I've got Leah and Diane G. And bye, Lauren. She has to take her dogs out. Oh, I got me, white dragon. And Amanda. Happy birthday on Friday, Leah. She said Friday's her birthday. Fantastic. It'll be a minute before we get to you, Amanda. Don't worry about it. You be safe. That's the main thing.
Right. Be safe. This.
What?
Oh,
Did you get anything? May I ask if I will get the Abby job?
I'm assuming that you are. It's a job that you have proposed to get for you.
I don't understand the question.
I think she's willing to do certain work. She's pitched herself for somebody else to use her for the work rather than somebody else. Am I right? I hope.
For $1 less an hour, is that correct?
That's
Can you
what I
tell
think.
us? Can you tell us, Lee, if we understand that?
Yeah. Are we getting it right?
Are you still here, Leah? I don't see any
Well, I'll
answer.
tell you what I got, because actually I was shuffling the cards and I found that 2 were together and they were upside down and, flipped.
Okay, got it. I had 2 interviews yesterday. I offered $1 less to work in a monastery.
Okay.
You go, girl.
Well, the first card that when I was using the cards, and these are the fairy oracle cards, when I was shuffling them, I usually have cards flip out on me. But what happened were these 2 cards, instead of being like this, were turned over. So I assumed, okay, those are the ones I'm supposed to be reading. The first one is called Nature's Sign, and it is a pretty card. And it says that you need to be receptive to subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. But the second one is the one I think you're more interested in. And it says celebrate. So get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out and dance and play, and an invitation could be on the way. So one of them anyway, for sure, you're going to celebrate.
Okay, let me see. I'm not getting an answer from that one.
But there may be a second interview, is what I'm getting from the first card. You may have a second interview.
Okay. I'm getting something I'm not understanding.
Those are the fun kind, because usually they do. We may not understand, but you guys do.
Oh, I got it. Never mind. Okay. It finally clicked. I'm using the Sacred Oracle deck, and then I'm also using my For the Love of Dragons deck. So this is the Surface card, which is all about using your imagination and playing. And then I got the Playmate. Play, take time to play. And then I got the Lovers. So the Lovers is about this relationship you got going at the monastery, where it's actually going to be a very equal relationship, and both of you are going to thrive because of who you are and what they're offering.
Symbiotic, is that what you mean?
Symbiotic, yes.
That's the word.
Yeah, symbiotic, yes. But there's a lot about playing and using your imagination. And I'm not quite sure how that fits into a monastery job, but it's cool to be at a monastery and be able to use their chapels or whatever for meditation. If you can, that would be really awesome.
And it goes along to listening for those things and seeing those things in nature that will help you out. Those clues.
That playing, absolutely. Lovely cards. I hope you get that job. I think you're going to get that job.
They have a garden. Cool.
I love gardening. That would just be my jam. So my jam. It's so hard to live in a place where I can't garden.
Yeah, as much
Even my van's going to have green in it, I swear.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. I just want to post this real quick. Denise says, when travel or husband, when we leave for work or go anywhere, call upon the Christ too and the power of the Holy Spirit to keep us safe, guided, and protected. Thank you. Thank you two beautiful ladies. Thank you, Denise. That's beautiful.
That's what we do. We always have a bubble around us to keep us safe.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm going back to the start. And who was next? Diane G. Okay. I thought those were great cards. Message from our guides, please.
Okay, you guys tell me.
Interesting. I had the window open. It was 70 degrees here today. 70.
Today it was cold, but I had it open yesterday.
I had it open yesterday too, and I forgot to close it last night apparently because it's.
And I had to close it this morning. It was cold.
I did close the one in the living room. It was really cold when I walked in there this morning. But I've been gone all day.
Yeah.
I had so many chores to do. I had to drive down to. Oh my God! I have to send it to you. This is hilarious. So I'm in a psychic practice with my friend. I won't say her name. On Monday afternoon, and she gives me a reading, and a Ferris wheel comes up in it. Well, I had just been talking to my trainer about where to get something, athletic equipment, and Scheels came up. SCHEELS. I'd never heard of it. And she goes, "Oh, we have one here in Colorado Springs, and it has a Ferris wheel in it." And I was like, "No way, no way." So I went there today, and it's like down the highway, down 25 or whatever. It's about a half hour away, I guess, which is a long way when you're only used to going 15 minutes away anywhere. But so I drove down there today, and I went in. And I had told my friend, if they have a bloody Ferris wheel in there, I'm gonna ride it.
Cool.
I did. And I hate heights. And of course, you get to this top, and they stop to let whoever's across from you or down from you out, and it's up there going.
Did you feel like you weren't walking on air?
I couldn't wait to come down. I couldn't wait to come down. But it was interesting. It was interesting. It was an interesting view.
Well,
in the reading, it said, do something you haven't done before, something that you're afraid of. And I thought, this fits the picture perfectly. So I did it.
Well, it's really funny because the very first card I had said, you guys pick what you want to say. And the first card is single. He's a dragon. And what it says, and just underneath it, it will say, do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. But if you go on and read, it's talking to you, and it's saying, look at your life, acknowledge those good things and be thankful for them. But also look at those things that where you felt fear and envy and guilt or anger. Accept those niggling doubts, but then let them go. They're not part of you. Okay? You have to live well here. You've got to let that crap go. Okay? So instead, they want you to just enjoy life. Do things that you like to do. Acknowledge that there are things out there you like to do and be thankful for them. And then they said, when you want more messages, listen to the music. because there are messages in the music for you if you listen. And every once in a while, I will be listening to music, and all of a sudden I said, thanks, guys. They told me something in that music that I had forgotten or that I needed to know. And it hit me like, that's why we're hearing this music, is because there was something they were saying in it. So listen to the music for more messages. They'll get to you through that. And they said, remember to stay away from the drama. Leave the chaos. That's not for you.
I love the rainbow colors in that.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Nice card.
Okay, well, from the Sacred Oracle deck, I got context. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm going to have to read a bit of this. What it's saying is remember to keep things in context. We're all one. All of us are part of the same energy. We're all one. One life, one breath, living one eternal moment. Dividing life into categories brings suffering and imbalance. You don't want to do it. Ours is never-ending story, full of new beginnings and adventures. Embrace it, live it, love it, be it, invent it, create it, believe it, dramatize it, write about it, meditate on it, breathe it, be healed and invigorated by it. Be joyful because of it. And above all, remember that you are it. So no labeling things good or bad or happy or sad. Energy is just energy. It's all what you make of it. I thought that was beautiful. Just try to keep things in context. And then I got The Daydreamer. And I really want to read these because these are just so precious. It's impossible to recapture the whimsy and wonder of childhood in this present world with all of its demands. But dragons are nothing if not friends of the impossible. This moment is calling you to the innocence of daydreaming. Search the clouds for friend shapes. Watch the butterflies. Meander, relax, bask. This earth can hold the gravity of your dragon heart so your spirit can soar weightless and free into the skies of possibility. Imagination and inspiration are calling you. Answer from the heart. Didn't you say something about relax?
Yeah.
What you did. And then I got the fledgling. And the fledgling's all about taking chances. Don't be afraid of taking a risk. Fledgling dragons will fall and stumble before they fly. The trick is to keep getting back up, dust off your wings, and try again. This is the beginning of a new power, and it often looks awkward to see a fledgling take wing. But grace comes, as does skill, dexterity, and joy. Let yourself try and try again. Fall spectacularly, fail gorgeously, then get up and go again. The expansive sky is waiting. Well, beautiful cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards, beautiful messages. Remember to fly high over whatever is going on below you, keeping things in context. But don't label stuff. Just let it be whatever it is and move on. And go let your imagination go wild, play, relax, and try new stuff. Like I went on a damn Ferris wheel today. Craziness, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go back over real quick to see the comments. Is there anything else? Okay, she says, thank you, Heather. Oh, I know which guide is giving that message, Priscilla. I love it. That's what I do. I watch the clouds. Oh, I love it. Juvenile dragon energy. Love it. Yeah, me too. Okay, let's go see. I think it was White Dragon was next. Yippee, yippee. I always love to read White Dragon. I love to read everybody, though.
Sometimes they're a little bit more insightful than other times, but it doesn't matter. Whatever happens to be
It's
there.
true. It's true. What does White Dragon need to know
That's the back of
today?
the dragon card. I didn't realize it's a dragon
Oh,
on
that's
there.
beautiful. It is a dragon. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's his card. What's it say on it?
No, that's just the back of the whole deck is like that. This is the other
You
side.
should send him a deck. Deck.
It's a fun deck.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Whoa. Metatron, not the whole thing.
I think this is his card. The Grouch.
The Grouch. That'll be the day.
Do you think that's White's Dragon's card? I think it is. Oh my God. I didn't shuffle those. I hadn't have.
I'm having trouble, White Dragon. Metatron's wanting you to have almost every one of these cards.
Well, it's his deck. It's on the back of it.
Okay, that one. Gotcha. No.
Oh, I didn't realize it was getting so late.
Oh, well, that happens.
Ooh. Okay. I'm getting this is a really interesting message. Alliance. They want you to, you're not the Grouch. They want you to create an alliance with whoever this old Grouch is and be compassionate because they've had a rough time and there's things that you don't know. And that's the message. I hope that makes sense to you because it doesn't to me.
Well, this adds to it. And you do have a passion for life. And so you need to kind of control that when you're working with this Grouch. They're saying connection and attunement. Try to put yourself in that person's shoe. It's important because this is a dimensional gateway that you're working towards. Okay.
Interesting. You're welcome, Leah. And you're welcome, Diane G. Okay, next is Miss Amanda. You tell us if that made any sense, please. Okay, Miss Amanda, you said you pulled over. I love that. Only this group would pull over in their car to get a reading. I love it. You still here, Miss Amanda? Yeah.
That's talking.
He said he's going to have to think about that one. Okay. Yeah, I actually don't think you were the Grouch.
That you are supposed to think about that. But and I think the Grouch may not just be one. If that
it could be a committee. If that makes sense. Okay, what does Miss Amanda need to know tonight? Thank you, everybody that showed up tonight. We appreciate it. Please like, share, if you feel so inclined, and please subscribe. We love new subscriptions, and thanks to all of you that are new to us and have just subscribed to us. Thank you so much for being here. And like I said, join us in the chat anytime. We're ready. They're a beautiful group out there in the chat, and feel free to lurk as long as you want, because I lurked for several months before I ever said hello in a chat room.
Oh, that gateway I talked about may be where you meet, not where you're going to, but that it's a major part of this thing. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I want this cup.
Do you want me to go or you want to go?
No, you go. I'm not ready.
Okay. Well, the first thing was the dragon card that I had. Remember, I was showing the cards. And you drew Merlin the dragon. And of course, he's an old, large sage, knows a lot of stuff. And he's saying that you need to continue your journey, learning what you need to learn and understanding, and then own that information. It's yours. Okay. Not all things are as they seem. Sometimes you go through something and you have to reflect back on it. So it's not clear cut, boom, boom, boom. Sometimes you have to go back. And the wisdom that you need for this is being given to you by the fairy, the tree wisdom fairy. And she will help you go and navigate through your current situations, whether it's your growth as a human or as your growth as a in your ascension. But she will help you. And it also says that while you're doing that, if there's something you really need, you can manifest it. Okay. They're telling you, you have the power to manifest, especially during, this is still winter here, maybe not in Florida, but here it's still winter, although it's trying to be spring. But she will help you manifest your greatest wishes. So you've got help from two different fairies. One is the tree fairy that's going to give you the wisdom that you need to navigate learning. As Merlin says, you need to continue learning and make it your own. This tree wisdom is going to help you do that. And anything you need along the way, she will help you with.
That's beautiful. Well, I got the moderation card, and it wasn't what I was expecting. It's actually love is the only thing you entered this world with, and it is the only thing you will take with you when you leave. It is your true essence. Everything else is transient, like clouds passing by, here for a moment and then gone. Look within, and you will see that love is not a distant shore, but an ocean of light inside of you. Isn't that lovely? Moderation. Look at the hummingbird. Oh, it's green. You can't see it. Hike. I hate that, but I'm going to read the dragon deck because they're short and sweet. So the next card I got was the fountain. There's an adage that says water doesn't wash, it remembers. Water, in its propensity for memory, has the power to clarify through remembering you to your original state. Now is the time for deep remembering. Go to the river or ocean. Seek out a fountain. Drink deeply from the sacred chalice. Water is a dragon's best friend as it keeps the fires of passion in balance. The waters of consciousness are beckoning you today to step out of your circumstances and into your deeper truth. Your situation doesn't define who you are, you do. Wow, I love that. And 42.
That's cool.
Well, I got one more card. Okay, I just couldn't find it. It was in the back. I've never opened it that far. I want this coffee cup. Isn't this cute?
It
I want
is
a
cute.
coffee cup with a dragon on the side.
It's almost as cute as mine. I have a coffee cup called Feet because there are two bare feet holding it up.
I love that cup. That's so cute. Okay, like the steam curls up above a cup of tea and a dragon curls up after their flight, so do you deserve to unwind and let go. Ease is the name of this moment. Whatever it takes for you to experience a sense of relief right now, that's the direction to go. You've already applied your effort. Your intentions are clear. If it's not working, or if you're tired, overwhelmed, or stressed, do not rebound your efforts to make anything happen. Simply curl up and relax. It's a good time to let go. And don't we have a full moon like tomorrow or whatever? Write out your intentions of things that you want to let go and let them go with the full moon. Relax. Drink from that fountain of life, whatever brings you bliss. And it sounds to me like you got this. You put it out to the universe, you've done the work, and now you just sit back and relax and wait for it to happen because it's on its way. And that is it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here.
We really enjoyed having you with us.
We really do. It's fantastic to have you with us. And Amanda says, I don't know. Drop it a drop of water. You're right. Like I said, we have Jenny B. We'll be doing readings on Saturday. We have Jenny B here with us. And yeah, we'll be doing readings that night, I'm pretty sure. And love to all of you guys. Thanks again. We'll see you Saturday, and whatever happens we decide to do for Tuesday, we'll let you know. I love it. Until next time.
You all take care.
Take care of yourselves and shine your lights.
Bye-bye.
Good night.